The World Health Organization is urging countries to urgently develop new antibiotics that can fight deadly superbugs. The WHO says these different bacteria are huge threats to human health. Many of these priority pathogens have already evolved to be resistant to existing antibiotics. They can also allow other bacteria to become drug resistant. Well, let's speak to Chris Dowson, the scientific advisor for antibiotic research in the UK. He's also Professor of Microbiology at the University of Warwick. Thank you very much for joining us. How much of a potential crisis is this?
I think the antibiotic report produced by Lord Jim O'Neill a year or so ago now, it was very useful in helping to articulate that in economic terms, really for the first time, and indicating that by 2050, the problem of antibiotic resistance will be as bad as cancer currently is. So that's a real step change, I think, in helping the public in particular to understand how important it is to really focus on the many different problems of trying to combat antibiotic resistance.
And are doctors still prescribing too many antibiotics when they're not really needed?
I think that's only one of many problems, and that varies from region to region within the UK, but also from country to country worldwide. However, the major use of antibiotics is not in humans, it's in animals. 80% of the world's antibiotics gets pumped into animal food. And so there is an enormous problem of the emergence of antibiotic resistance in animals. And you then have an erosion of the capability of antibiotics you can use in human healthcare. That's a really important issue.
Of course, it's one thing to call for new antibiotics. How difficult is it to actually develop them?
It's proven very hard. And part of the problem has been over the last 20 or so years is there's not really been a financial incentive for industry to really work hard at that. And I suppose you could argue that the easy things have been done, and we need to put some real muscle behind solving this on a global scale. So, you know, there's £500 million a year for cancer research funds in the UK. There's almost nothing for antibiotic research funds, and part of that is that the public really isn't engaged. The public is engaged with cancer research, but it's not engaged really with the need for new antibiotics and really lobbying government to go after that, and also for themselves to give philanthropically towards antibiotic research.
Chris Dowson, thank you very much indeed for joining us.